Venezuela and Italy meet in a twilight doubleheader of round one. As an Italian descendant, future Hall of Famer Mike Piazza is getting a taste of coaching as mentor to his young Azzurri's hitters. As one of the favorites, the Venezuelans must break out the bats early, get the lead, and let the mighty K-Rod close. Baseball on the world stage continues from Canada. Today's World Baseball Classic game presented by IBM. There's a good shot outside the Rogers Center here in Toronto, and inside the Venezuelan fans have already started to enter, as the Italians as well, as we get ready for game number 2 of the World Baseball Classic's Pool C. Italy, the visiting team, against Venezuela, the home team. Everybody, alongside Joe McGrain, we welcome you inside the Rogers Center, getting ready for this second game of the doubleheader. Great game, the first one, of course, Team USA defeating Canada by the final of 6-5. And Joe, when you start looking at this matchup today, Team Italy, Marco Mazzieri, the manager who was named back in 2007, doesn't have a whole lot to work with as far as veteran leadership, but there are some guys there that he can lean on. Well,
there certainly are, and one of the great things about the WBC is the global pride that it has, and of course, Italy still develops as a country trying to get baseball into prominence. And of course there are some names of great prominence, led by Frank Catalanato, who has had a long lineage in the major leagues, with most notably the Tigers and the Texas Rangers. Very good fastball hitter, and he's been tutoring some of these left-handed hitters in the Italian lineup. And of course Nick Punto just signing an extension with the Minnesota Twins. Very versatile player for Ron Gardenhire. And of course, who can forget the great history that Mike Piazza has laid down as a New York Met, a Dodger, and a Marlin.
A future Hall of Famer. He'll have his hands full considering the lineup that Marco Mazzieri will be running out there today against Venezuela, who some think could be a powerhouse. They don't have Johan Santana. They don't have Carlos Zambrano. But I tell you what, from an offensive standpoint, and they've got some nice pitchers on there, this is probably the best offensive unit in the World Baseball Classic.
I would have to agree, Victor. You look at Team USA's lineup, and they are completely stacked. But as far as an offensive unit, Venezuela is really having some of the most power-laden hitters that you're going to find. And of course, one of the things that they're going to be able to do, if they have the lead, they're going to be able to finish a game, of course, with K-Rod.
Miguel Cabrera is a guy that obviously is a key guy for the Detroit Tigers. Made a terrific transition, started at third base, ended up at first base, and he's in the lineup again tonight at first base.
And one of the things he's really been able to do is slow his swing down to where he's getting deeper into counts. And of course, one of the smoother swinging hitters out of the country of Venezuela, like Andres Galarraga. And of course, this is going to be the key, is having that offense produce very early in the game to where K-Rod can absolutely finish it off. This is a very talented team, and if Team Italy can stay anywhere close to Venezuela, I will be very surprised.
Some would thought that Felix Hernandez, King Felix of the Seattle Mariners, was going to get the start for Venezuela. That is not the case for Luis Sojo. He's going for the right-hander from Seattle. That is Carlos Silva. It's Italy against Venezuela. Game 2 from Toronto, the Pool C of the World Baseball Classic. We'll have starting lineups. First pitch right after this.
What is a petaflop?
A petaflop is 150,000 computations for every human on the planet per second. This computer can be used to help
redesign our energy grid,
cure diseases in the vascular system.
You could simulate the Big Bang.
We can build
smarter cities, cut down on crime, disease, gridlock,
global warming.
It can help us make the world work better.
We just broke the petaflop barrier. I'm an IBMer.
Let's build
a smarter planet.
World Baseball Classic games on MLB Network are presented by IBM. Let's build a smarter planet. Visit IBM.com.
Welcome back. The Italian fans are ready to go. This is a team that really is short, as we just pointed out, on superstar players, but they're certainly not short on the desire to at least represent their country. They lost to Venezuela in 2006 during the World Baseball Classic by the final of 6-0. There's a good shot at Team Venezuela, and up and down that lineup. It is just unbelievable. But this is the lineup. Italy is the visiting team in this game. This is the lineup that Marco Mazzieri, the Italian manager, will be running out there. Nick Punto leading things off at shortstop. Davide Dell'Ospedale at second base. Frank Catalanato over in left field. Valentino Pascucci is the DH. Chris D'Onofrio of the Oakland Athletics, he's in center. Mike Costanzo is at third base. Giuseppe Mazzanti is at first base. Vincent Rotino's doing the catch, and Mario Chiarini is in right. There's the defense for Luis Sojo and the Venezuelans.
Of course, a lot of recognizable names. Maglio Ordonez in left, Bobby Abreu in right, Andy Chavez in center field. And you know these infielders too. Mora, Isturiz, Lopez, and hard-hitting Miguel Cabrera. Carlos Silva on the hill, and Ramon Hernandez behind the plate. This is a very formidable team.
You're not used to seeing Bobby Abreu, pardon me, Maglio Ordonez out in left field, but of course the new angel is out in right field in Bobby Abreu. And Ramon Hernandez moves from the Baltimore Orioles to the Cincinnati Reds this offseason. He'll be behind the plate, and he'll be charged with trying to keep Carlos Silva pretty much on track. Now, Carlos Silva, as we have seen him a couple of years ago with the Minnesota Twins, he's a guy that doesn't usually walk a whole lot of guys, is usually around the strike zone, usually gets a lot of ground balls, but in Seattle last year, it all went downhill.
Well, he's really addressed trying to get himself in much better shape to increase his stamina. When he is right, you'll see a lot of fastballs sinking down in the strike zone, providing a lot of ground balls. One of those what you would call possession type pitchers, where he pitches to the middle of the plate knowing that that fastball with decent movement is not going to end up there. And I think he's going to be very aggressive tonight against what you could fairly call a light hitting Italian lineup.
Are you surprised at all that Carlos Silva getting the nod as opposed to Felix Hernandez, and maybe just trying to shut the door early on with Italy?
You know, where there was a lot of discussion about whether Felix Hernandez should start tonight or Carlos Silva, and there's really an air of seriousness with this Venezuelan team, knowing that if they do win, they'll be facing Team USA, and we've talked about how loaded the lineup is offensively, how they have a great closer in K-Rod, of course, at the back end of the game. It's a nice luxury for them to have two accomplished big league starters in Silva and, of course, in Felix Hernandez.
And as we talked about during the Team USA Team Canada game, of course, USA winning that one 6-5, the first game here in Toronto. You know, just like Team Canada, if they had a couple of more guys on the pitching side, Venezuela would just be absolutely insane as far as talent is concerned.
Well, you're right. They are very, very rounded out.
There's always the possibility of the upset, Joe. We've had one in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The Netherlands defeating Dominican Republic 3-2, and we're ready to go here. The nightcap in Toronto, Pool C. Winner tonight will take on Team USA tomorrow night here at the Rogers Center. First pitch on its way. It is low for ball one. Punto, the shortstop from the Minnesota Twins, at 284 last year. A couple of home runs, 28 runs batted in. A nice little player for Ron Gardenhire. This one right over to Jose Lopez, and there's the first out. So one quick out here to start this ball game up. Here comes Davide Dell'Ospedale. I don't think I can get enough of saying that name.
Yeah, it just rolls off your tongue.
Doesn't it?
It sounds like prose.
Having never played in the States, 277 in the Italian professional leagues. The team called Montepasini Grosseto. You notice my Italian kind of sounds a little bit like Spanish.
Oh, it just kind of flows, though.
Doesn't it?
Cabrera to his right's got it. And he'll take it himself. The nimble Miguel Cabrera. There are 2 outs.
Miguel Cabrera came into spring training in much better shape. Serviceable on defense. No disputing that smooth stroke, of course, and that was pretty nifty right there.
Had struggles at the beginning of last year with the Tigers at third base. They made the switch over to first, and he is sticking right there. There's Frank Catalanato. That one's just down low. Jerry Meals calling the balls and strikes. Cat with the Texas Rangers, a .274 average last year, a couple of home runs, 21 driven home. Lining to left center, and that's a base hit. Frank, very popular here in Toronto. Played for the Blue Jays, and we gave him a nice round of applause when he was introduced.
Played with the Tigers as well. Along with the Rangers, mentioned right off the top, what a very good fastball hitter he has always been. Stayed right on that Silva delivery in the mid-90s, lacing it to left.
And here comes Valentino Pascucci, the DH. The Dodgers organization. Big boy bounces one up the middle. There's a knock. Catalanato's going to stay there. Chavez gets the ball back in. So back-to-back hits for Italy. It's nice getting a chance to talk to Pascucci before the game. Just a friendly chap that walked right up to us.
He's a delightful guy. Well, being on the field before the game, and we've talked that obviously Italy does not match up from a talent standpoint to Venezuela, but they were hustling in batting practice. They all had smiles on their faces. They're really enjoying themselves. Very prideful, of course.
So Silva with a couple of men on, a couple out. DeNorfia of the Oakland A's getting to start out in center field. DeNorfia spent most of last year at AAA Sacramento, where he hit .302 with a couple of home runs and 20 runs batted in. Good on-speed pitch, freezes DeNorfia. Count evens at 1-1.
Well, that's a pitch that Silva is going to need this year, keeping the hitters off that fastball. And sometimes he gets into a bit of a rut where he starts trying to muscle the ball a bit, and the sinking part of his pitches come up.
DeNorfia on the ground to Mora. He'll go the short way, and Italy gets a couple of men on singles, but Silva with that sinker baller is able to get the third out. No runs, a couple of hits, 2 on. 1/2 inning complete, no score.
All right, class, let's button it. Becker.
Here.
Callahan. Callahan. Delivery confirmation on Callahan.
Drop him off at 8:15.
Gymnasium.
No, sir, no Callahan.
Always.
No Callahan. Just a freshman.
Thank you.
No emails from his parents. Drivers, I need a 20 on Callahan. Got him. Reroute him straight to detention.
Get more done now with the new BlackBerry Curve, the only BlackBerry Curve with Nextel Direct Connect.
It's Greg Amsinger in Studio 3 getting set for the next edition of 30 Clubs in 30 Days on MLB Network. This time we turn our preseason focus to the Arizona Diamondbacks, a club that finished 82-80 in 2008. For a preview of what's in store in the program, let's check in with Hazel May. Hazel.
Hey, Greg, that's right. The D-backs are hoping to forget how 2008 ended as they rebuild for the future. This is a young ball team hoping to make a run again at the NL West, led by Justin Upton, Stephen Drew, and, of course, anchored by 22-game winner Brandon Webb. We're off to the desert on 30 and 30. Diamondbacks coming your way. Don't you dare miss it.
All right, Hazel, thank you so much. Felipe Lopez, a new second baseman. Will Chad Tracy finally be healthy at first base? It's the D-backs edition of 30 and 30 on MLB Network.
30 clubs in 30 days with the Diamondbacks, tonight at 8 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Welcome back to Rogers Center. This is the lineup for Luis Sojo, the manager for Venezuela. Andy Chavez in center. Melvin Mora is at third base. Bobby Abreu in right. Miguel Cabrera is at first base. Magler Ordonez in left. Carlos Guillen, the DH. Jose Lopez at second. Ramon Hernandez doing the catching. And Cesar Izturis rounding out the starting nine. He is the shortstop. Bouncer to first, and right there is Mazzanti. And there's the first out. Defensively for Italy, Frank Catalanato in left and Norfield center. It's Cerini in right. Costanzo at third base. Punto the shortstop. De L'Ospedale is the second baseman. Giuseppe Mazzanti at first, and Vinny Rotino doing the catching. I might have to say that like that the entire game.
I don't think I can get enough of it. Look at their defense. They're a little stronger on the left side than they are on the right.
And we just saw a good look at the starter, Mark DeFelice of the Milwaukee Brewers organization.
Had a couple of stints with the Brewers last year, not particularly overpowering. Has to get his breaking ball over the plate. And more is something that we've seen him do a lot as a Baltimore Oriole. He sees that third baseman playing a little deep. He is very adept at bunting on that side down the third base line, knowing that he can set the table and get on for some big-time power hitters to follow him.
And Melvin is certainly not shabby, to say the least. 285 last year with Baltimore. 23 home runs, 4 driven home. For the first, that one had a lot of spin on it. Mazzanti can't handle it. Moore is safe.
Well, I was going to say, Victor, that they're going to have to get very good defense tonight, talking about Team Italy, because DeFelice is not particularly overpowering, and this lineup will be putting it in play, and they will be putting it in play with something on it. That one had a lot of Q spin.
Looks like a little change in direction with that ball. It is ruled an error on Mazzanti, so Mora is on board with one out. Here's Bobby Abreu.
And here comes the teeth of the lineup.
Abreu, a free agent in the offseason, signed with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Hit .296 for New York last year with 20 home runs and 100 driven home.
Bobby Abreu, known for working the count. He will run it deep. So many times it seems like the at-bat begins for him when the count's 3-2.
Patient hitter. That one's inside. DeFelice is falling behind at 2 balls and a strike.
You know, Melvin Mora will run. I was watching the throwing of the catcher for Team Italy, Vincent Rotino. And he seems to have a pretty strong arm and a pretty good release.
Rotino out of the Brewers organization.
Now, this is not the situation that DeFelice wants to find him in. Worrisome about Mora over at first. Because if that is the case, it takes away from the quality of pitches at the plate, and these guys can hammer mistakes.
Strike on the corner, and it's 2-2. Abreu, originally, of course, in the Houston Astros organization, signed as a free agent in 1990. The Astros for many years, almost a pipeline from Venezuela. Terrific scouting down there. Johan Santana was originally a Houston Astro. Made a name for himself with the Philadelphia Phillies. It is a pro-Venezuelan crowd here in Game 2.
Well, they brought the flags, the horns, the noisemakers.
They sure did. really cognizant of Moore over there, a guy who had just 3 stolen bases last year with Baltimore, 88 in his career. But as you pointed out, is certainly these guys, especially of the Latin American countries, they always seem to be a little bit more motivated, whether it's the Caribbean Series or something to this effect, the World Baseball Classic. Their mindset changes the way they play the game. 2-2 drilled into right center field. Chiarini dives and he makes a spectacular catch. No play at first base. There you go, Mario Chiarini. You were talking about some defense. How about a new belt?
He almost dove his way right out of his clothes right there. That was some kind of effort. And the defense that DeFelice is really going to need against this lineup. Full extension. Outstanding.
Hustling the whole way. Terrific jump. And still the presence of mind to fire it back over to first base. Mora. If the throw's on the bag, it's a little bit of an interesting play. That throw was up the line, but boy, you got to like that. And a nice round of applause too for the Venezuelan fans here that appreciate Chiarini's effort.
That was some kind of play, and you know what we were talking about, worried about the runner so much over at first base that it compromises the quality of the pitchers at the plate. But what a pick-me-up.
So 2 outs. Here's Miguel Cabrera, takes a first pitch strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Boy, the gamut of emotions you run as a pitcher, you make a mistake, it gets hammered. And you have a teammate on defense pick you up like that. It is a huge lift.
DeFelice ahead of the count at 0-2 to Cabrera, 4-time All-Star team player. Florida Marlins, terrific year last year with the Detroit Tigers. Not where you want to miss with Cabrera.
Boy, his swing, just the smoothness of it reminds me a lot of a guy that I played with, another Venezuelan, Andres Galarraga, who's one of the coaches on Team Venezuela. Smooth, packing a whole lot of wallop.
Popped him up. Left side of the infield. Costanzo, the third baseman. There's a third out. Good defense here by Team Italy, especially the first time through the order. That guy right there, Mario Chiarini in right field. Robs Abreu, one of the books, no score.
Lesson 1, we're never late. Make sure you're getting up over your front leg. We like to establish our dominance with a fastball. We throw inside when we have to, and we don't listen to that. Our favorite color is green. And bunt.
He should put a towel on. The major leagues down to the minor details. Major League Baseball 2K9. Play ball! Rated E for everyone.
We head to the top of the second inning. Here's a look at the umpires for tonight's game. Jerry Meals behind the plate. Masami Yoshikawa at first. Anai Sagno over at second. And Carlos Rey is over at third base. Mike Costanzo at the plate. He's the third baseman. Giuseppe Mazzanti and Vincent Rotino, the scheduled 3 against Carlos Silva. Costanzo last year at AAA Norfolk, 261, a home run and 63 runs batted in. That's drilled into right center field. Andy Chavez is going back, pulls up, and that one's off the base of the fence. Costanzo in with a leadoff double to start the second.
I'll tell you, Victor, these guys are showing me something here early. That great defensive play by Chirina. And now Costanzo going off the center field fence.
Silva leaving that pitch up. Brings up Giuseppe Mazzanti, the first baseman.
I think that was a bit of a cross up there. I think Ramon Hernandez looking for the fastball, looked like a slider that may have backed up. You know, when you're going to have those miscommunications, oftentimes it comes with a runner on second base. The extra set of signs to not make them easily relayed to the hitter, and sometimes confusion ensues.
Good fastball, a good location there, evens the count at 1-1. Italy the last time around went 1-2 and out in the 06 inaugural World Baseball Classic. They beat Australia 10-0 in 7 innings and lost to Venezuela 6-0, and to the Dominican Republic 8-3. Silva just missed outside apparently. He didn't like the call. It's 2-1. So even just looking at those numbers, granted they had Mike Piazza back then. I believe Mark DeRosa played for them. Still put up terrific numbers in the inaugural Classic. A little jam shot over to Jose Lopez, who makes the catch. There's the first out. So Mazzanti is retired, brings up Vincent Rotino, the catcher. Rotino, as we pointed out, a member of the Brewers organization, to 260 with 7 home runs and 55 driven home for Nashville. Native of Racine, Wisconsin. Jerry Meals hollering out for time.
Mentioned when Rotino was behind the plate, showing a strong arm.
He's gotten 18 games in the big leagues. Slider for a strike.
Well, I mentioned in the first game, Team USA versus Team Canada, these pitchers don't have their breaking pitches quite where they would like them to be.
Out to right, back to Silva, and they've got Costanzo hung up. Throw to first, and they almost double it up. So Rotino reaches on the fielder's choice.
Costanzo trying to get a good jump, thinking that ball was going to go up the middle, didn't get by the pitcher. Well, Carlos Silva like a cat with that exchange from his bare hand to his glove hand to make the tag. Pulling that rundown off without a throw being made.
2 outs, and here's Mario Chiarini, the right fielder, who takes a breaking ball low. '28-year-old, 260 last year with 7 home runs and 55 in the Italian League. And he drills one to left field. This one is going to get over the head of Ordonez at the base of the fence. Rotino's going to third, and going to second is Chiarini, who is in there with a double.
This guy's playing, Victor. I almost said it right before that pitch. He was looking awfully hitterish, and he just leaned on that.
Chiarini with a fantastic catch and right, and then how about this, testing the arm of Magglio Ordonez and stretching it into a double.
It's a pretty nifty little swing right there. We've seen 2 bolts to the base of the fence here in this inning by Team Italy.
So you're Carlos Silva, and you think, all right, I look at this lineup, I got a chance to just kind of quote-unquote cruise. I got to make my pitches, and all of a sudden you hear the sound of the bat. There's been some loud outs and loud hits. Does that change your philosophy a little bit?
I think he was looking at the lineup, wondering who are all these guys. And now, after giving up a couple of bolts, I think he's saying the same thing.
Here's Punto, who went 0 for 1 in the first inning with a ground out to second. Takes outside. It's 1-1.
Well, Punto can come up with a big hit here, get Silva and Team Venezuela on a bit of the run.
That's outside.
And that's what's kind of surprising about this inning, Victor, is how Silva really went after the top part of the order in the first inning, and the bottom part of the order has had some good hacks off him.
Tried to go backdoor breaking ball, and that misses. 3 balls and a strike. This looks like Silva just wanting to pitch around the big leaguer in Punto and wanting to face De Las Pedale. Change it for a strike, and it's a full count. Here's the payoff. Punto pops one up. And Mendez giving chase. He'll run out of room.
Well, Punto, like so many Minnesota Twins players before him, very good 2-strike hitter, very adept at hitting the ball the other way, being able to stay on the ball, technically sound, really fits into the Twins game plan. He signed an extension with them.
Another 3-2, a little dribbler on the first base side. Silva's got it. And Italy threatens once again. They got a couple of men on, but can't bring them home. No runs, 2 hits. They leave 2 on. Middle of the second, still no score.
Let's see if this seafood place can match the value of Golden Corral's Great American Seafood Tour. I'd like the crab cakes and throw in chowder, salmon, and shrimp, all for around $10.
No.
$10.
The bird says no.
You're joking, right?
Funny guy.
No other place can match Golden Corral's Great American Seafood Tour. Enjoy new crunchy Hawaiian coconut shrimp, Eastern Bay scallops, Maryland-style crab cakes, and more. All included on their endless dinner buffet for around $10. Now that's quite a catch. There's no place like Golden Corral.
World Baseball Classic games on MLB Network are presented by IBM. Let's build a smarter planet. Visit IBM.com.
Well, if you watch Caribbean baseball, that's what you see a lot of right there. The fans singing, dancing. They bring the instruments. As we start the bottom of the second inning, Magglio Ordonez skying one up. And the first pitch he sees from Mark DeFelice. Punto calls off Costanzo, and there's the first out. Here at the Rogers Center, the dimensions are fairly, pretty straight up. They plays to a hitter's dimensions, really, especially with the roof closed. 328 down the lines. The power alley's 375, 400 straight up in center field.
Well, you got that right. They are the power alleys, 375 to left center and to right center, and the ball really flies from the alleys towards the middle of the field.
We saw 5 home runs in the first game, USA and Canada, 3 by USA, 2 for the Canadians. Carlos Guillen, the DH, takes a strike.
Pretty good lineup when Carlos Guillen slides down to the 6th hole in this order.
Swings a smooth bat, though. Right through the on-speed there. Down goes Guillen. First strikeout for Mark DeFelice.
He's doing a nice job mixing it up. There haven't been what you would call measured, well-timed swings, although it's the first time through, and that is the scouting report on DeFelice. Is he's okay the first time through, but it gets a little more challenging after that. Right now, changing speeds very well.
Finally make it to the big leagues last year with the Milwaukee Brewers. Originally a 15th round pick by the Rockies back in '98. He bounced around the minor leagues. The Rockies, the Orioles, the Nationals, the Cubs. We're latching on with the Brewers. This one's lined to left field. This one's going to go all the way to the fence. Catalanado plays the carom. Jose Lopez trying for second base. The relay is in time. Catalanado. Terrific play to Punto to De Las Pedale. How about that?
Sounds like poetry from your mouth, Victor.
The Italians continue to play some terrific defense. We've played 2 and still no score.
I hate traffic.
I must spend about an hour or 2 a day in traffic.
20 minutes, at least an hour and a half.
Americans waste 4.2 billion hours a year stuck in traffic.
Nobody likes traffic.
Every year, traffic congestion wastes 58 super tankers of fuel.
What can you do about it?
I heard Stockholm put in a smart toll system.
Hej för dig. Gridlock gick ner med 20%.
Do that here and we can save a lot of gas.
2 billion liters of petrol.
And time.
That's what I'm working on. I'm an IBMer.
Let's build
a smarter planet.
Tired of your car taking a beating? It gets dinged, scratched and nicked, and you pay the price. Hi, Billy Mays here for Fix-It, the instant scratch remover from Simonize that repairs dings, scratches, and nicks on contact. Fix-It has a professional, fast-action formula that repairs, fills and seals the scratch, blending with any color for a perfect match. Like magic, the scratch disappears right before your eyes. Using Fix-It is so easy. Just press the Easy On applicator, apply, and let dry. That's it. The resins fill the scratch while UV hardeners cure in natural sunlight. Fix-It goes on clear, dries clear, so it's virtually invisible. No sanding, tools, or hard labor. You just fix it fast. Got a scratch? Fix it. Got a door ding? Fix it. Got a nick? Fix it and forget it. If seeing is believing, watch this. Can you imagine having a scratch like this? Now watch Fix-It go to work. It feels it, it seals it, it disappears like magic. Now the scratch has met its match. You'd pay a professional over $100 just to repair one scratch, but now you can get Fix-It for only $19.95. Call now and we'll double the offer. That's 2 for the price of 1. Enough Fix-It to repair the scratches on all your cars. You'll also get Fix-It for the home. Scratch stovetop? Fix-It. Scratch refrigerator? Fix-It. It's the scratch removing superstar, and it's yours free. But call right now, and we'll send you the Simonize Turbo Vac, the car vac with the muscle to pick up any mess. A $30 value, yours free. We'll also include the microfiber polishing cloth, yours free. You get it all. 2 Fix-It applicators, Fix-It for the home, the Turbo Vac, and the microfiber polishing cloth. A whopping $70 value, all for only $19.95. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-868-1620. That's 1-800-868-1620. Call now.
Everyone reading up on who Team Italy is right now, the way they've played the first 2 innings. Swinging the bats, playing some defense, getting some good pitching from Mark DeFelice. As we start the third, no score. here is Dell'Ospedale. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Italians, followed by Catalanato, then Pascucci. Right back to Silva. Cat-like quickness. There's out number 1.
And all the reports I had on Team Italy was, for the most part, that they hustle, but they're just not deep on it from a pitching standpoint, and basically they can't play, but they are really playing some inspired baseball right now.
Marco Mazzietti, the Italian manager, named in 07. And he took the Italian squad to a 3-4 record in the World Cup. He's actually the only team that beat the gold medalist Team USA that year, 2007. And trying to change the mindset of the Italians. And keep in mind, too, we've talked about Mike Piazza, who did it in the Open. I mean, this is a team, as far as the coaching staff is concerned, it's got former big leaguer Mike Hargrove, former big leaguer Tom Trebelhorn as well, to go along with Piazza. So they're learning from some quality guys.
Yeah, it's a nice coaching staff.
Catalanato with a single to left in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1. This one bounced up the middle. Lopez got good range. Throw over and safe at first.
Catalanato hit it just soft enough to give himself time to smell that leg hit. Just a little bit down on the trademark on that breaking pitch. Lopez couldn't get really enough on it.
There's a good look at the Mariners' second baseman. Here's Valentino Pascucci. Single his first time up.
Lopez during the regular season with the Mariners has a great shortstop next to him, and Yuniesky Betancourt, one of the more underrated defensive shortstops. Some strong defense up the middle for the Mariners as they look to retool.
Gotta like Beltre, what he brings to the table, third base.
Yeah, they are solid around the infield.
Swing and a miss. He's 1 and 2. Pascucci out of the University of Oklahoma, drafted by the Expos at 99, 15th round. Ended up having a terrific year in New Orleans, at 290 with 27 home runs and 81 driven home. Outside corner got him.
Not a pitch that looked like a strike to Pascucci. It looked like it was way off the plate, and watch it tail back. That sinker from Silva, tail back, and so he doesn't think that is anywhere close.
First strikeout for Silva, not known as a strikeout pitcher. That brings up Kristen Orfield. Keeping an eye on the pitch count. Silva is now at 39. 70 is the maximum. In round 1 of the World Baseball Classic.
Of course, if he goes over 50, he won't be able to pitch for a minimum of 4 days.
There's Mike Piazza.
Has to like how the guys are playing to this point.
Try to get him to chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's Grover.
And also former manager Tom Trebelhorn in that dugout as well.
There goes the runner. The pitch is outside. Throw down from Hernandez, right on the money. Frank Catalanato gunned down trying to steal second base. No runs, a hit. Nobody left on. Terrific throw, even on a breaking pitch. Middle of the third, and no score from Toronto.
The greatest game has a new television home. Right now, I'm actually at one of the most beautiful parks in all of Major League Baseball, Petco Park here in San Diego. And coming soon, you'll see many of these big league parks, including this one here, come to life right in your living room. To enhance the viewing experience, we're dedicating permanent cameras at stadiums around the league, which means MLB Network will be able to provide exclusive live look-ins at any time because we've got full control over these cameras from our studios in New Jersey. So with a simple push of a button, this exciting innovation will allow us to take you around the league to check out your favorite teams and players. This kind of unprecedented access will bring us closer to the ultimate goal at MLB Network, bringing every fan closer to the game than ever before.
Let's go to work. Come on. Let's go and go, boys. We're on candid camera today. Hello. Hello. Come over. Speak a little louder. Hello.
You're watching MLB Network, where our national pastime goes full-time.
Go to the shop at WorldBaseballClassic.com to get all the official merchandise and support your favorite country and players.
Bottom of the third, there's Marco Mazzieri, the manager to the left there. Mike Hargrove, the former big league manager, on the right. No score as we start this bottom of the third inning. 8-9-1 due up for Venezuela. Hernandez, Izturis, and then Chavez against Mark DeFelice. Ramon Hernandez last year with the Orioles, 257, 15 home runs, 65 driven home. And a nice job of throwing out Frank Catalanato to end the top of the inning. This one pulled over to third. Costanzo bobbles it. He's got plenty of time with Hernandez running, and there's the first down.
Well, that's the thing about playing third base, the reaction position. The ball gets to you so quickly that the mentality is different than playing shortstop. That's Punto over at short. Whereas shortstop, you're gloving the ball, and at third base, you're knocking it down, knowing there's plenty of time.
Especially when it comes to a guy like Hernandez running, not known for his speed. Here's Cesar Izturis, the Cardinals. The 263 for St. Louis last year, gets jammed here and floats one out to shallow left. Punto with the call and the grab. There's out number 2.
Well, this game clipping right along for Team Italy, and DeFelice is doing a nice job of taking these hitters out early in the count. Not really getting deep into the counts where he'd be a little bit more overexposed based on the type of stuff that he has.
For all information regarding the WBC, just go to WorldBaseballClassic.com. They've got all the gear, the clubhouse gear, hats, shirts, everything. You can get it right there. That's the source at WorldBaseballClassic.com as Andy Chavez takes a breaking ball down and in.
I was saying he's pitching exactly the way he has to against this lineup. Try to draw them out by getting ahead early, forcing them to swing.
Chavez takes that breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, you may think that there's a lot of free swingers in this Venezuelan lineup, but some patient hitters in Carlos Guillen, Maglio Ordonez, Miguel Cabrera, and Bobby Abreu. Every one of those guys will work the count.
Almost got him to chase. 3-1. Chavez swinging through the breaking ball. You're right. He's working up, down, inside, outside, breaking balls.
And for a 3-1 hitter's count for Chavez, that's an awful wild swing.
That one's lined into center field, a base hit. Chavez can fly, so you got to be careful with him. DeNorfia gets the ball back in, a 2-out knock for Chavez. And you know that he very much would like to run against DeFelice and Rotino, the catcher.
I think you might see it here with 2 outs, and we were talking about the wild 3-1 swing. That was ball 4, and really doing a nice job to stay on top of it. If you're swinging, you're dangerous.
Melvin Moore at the plate. He reached on the error at first base by Mazzanti.
Mora strong on the inner third of the plate against right-handed pitching.
Chopper towards third. Costanzo's got it. Tries to go to first, and he does so. He was going to second base. How about that? That tells you kind of arm the kid has. 3 in the books here in Toronto. It's still no score. In honor of this game tonight, it's a good thing we went to Soto the other night for fantastic Italian food here in Toronto.
That's got to be worth something, Victor.
Yeah. Our thanks to Alex Gonzalez, who gave us the recommendation. No score here in the 4th. DeNorfia, Costanzo, and Mazzanti for the Italians. DeNorfia was at the plate in the 3rd inning with Catalanato got thrown out trying to steal. That's inside, a 4-pitch walk. Second time in 4 tries that the Italians have gotten their leadoff man on. That's the first free pass issued by Silva.
Well, that's a pattern that Silva can go through sometimes, where his delivery will come apart and kind of lose the feel of it for a couple of hitters. Costanzo, the 3rd baseman, has already shown a very strong arm.
He goes down and gets one, golfs one out to right center field. Playable for Abreu, but he's called off by Andy Chavez. There's out number 1. Costanzo had a double in the 2nd inning, so he's now 1 for 2. Brings up the first baseman, Giuseppe Mazzanti. Mazzanti 0 for 1, having popped out. Here's a guy when you talk about the Italian leagues, the numbers he's put up. Led all of the batters there with a .392 average, a .516 on base percentage. Chopper up the middle, and nobody's going to get this one into center. DeNorfia stops at second, thought about it, but he is on board. And again, the Italians with a couple of base runners on. They've stranded 4 thus far. 1 out here for Vincent Rotino.
Taking advantage of the fast track. Those stronger guys get a little bit more top spin on those balls going up the middle, and about that second or third bounce, that overspin starts to take over and just accelerates going through the infield.
Rotino swings, fouls one back. He reached down the fielder's choice in his first plate appearance, so he's 0 for 1.
Well, we're talking about the Venezuelans being heavily favored in this game, but Italy, one of the stronger teams in Europe. They have qualified for every Olympics since 1992.
It's still a sport, though, that trails behind soccer.
And then soccer.
That game they call soccer. Here's 0-2. Called strike 3. Second punch out for Carlos Silva. Second out here in the 4th.
Well, Jerry Meals has not been shy about widening the outside part of the plate. And when that pitch is presented well, like Hernandez was able to do, not really having to do anything framing wise, just bring it into him in the middle of his body.
That breaking ball misses high to Chiarini. Double the left in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1.
He looked like he had a pretty live bat.
Yoel Hernandez is up and loosened. This one's pulled foul into the seats. Silva's at 54 pitches right now. 55, pardon me. And that's why you've got the Venezuelan bullpen going out there.
More than likely his last inning of work.
Protection right there. Good fastball down and away.
We know those guys.
Yeah. Luis Sojo, the manager, on the left. The big cat, Andres Galarraga.
Played with Gatto in St. Louis. He had some soft hands over at first base. He could really pick it beyond his ability to hit.
Chiarini pops one out to center field. Chavez tracks this one down. There's the third out. Carlos Silva pumped up. No runs. A hit, and they leave 2 men on. Middle of the 4th inning, and still no score in Toronto. Young and old, they are here at Rogers Center. Got a big matchup coming up, Japan and Korea. Actually, Korea and China playing in the next game. Loser of that is out. Both teams at 1-1. Here, no score as we start the bottom of the fourth. Bobby Abreu takes a breaking ball inside. Mark DeFelice has limited the Venezuelans thus far, and he's done it economically, having thrown just 39 pitches.
And he's facing, hitters, especially Abreu, who are very patient hitters, and that he said the one way to draw these patient hitters out is get the count running in your favor and pound the zone. And for the most part, that's what he has done.
Abreu hooking one into the corner. Evens the count at 2-2. Bobby's 0 for 1 with a fly ball to right. Tried to backdoor him with the breaking ball, and the count goes full.
Venezuelan fans have a lot to be proud of. The country has produced and continues to some great players.
This one is fouled. They mentioned Yoel Hernandez was loosening last inning. Looks like Carlos Silva is done. Felix Hernandez is now up and loosening. So they weren't kidding. Luis Sojo, manager for Venezuela, was not kidding around about trying to shut this thing down. Jason Grilli is up and loosening for Team Italy.
So if Felix Hernandez comes in and throws.
Abreu hooking one into the corner, that's going to go for extras. Played cleanly by Chiarini. Bobby's in at second with a leadoff double.
Well, you've seen Abreu do that a lot in the Yankee uniform. Knows he's lost a little bit of bat speed, and he really does a nice job of hitting off the breaking ball, and especially with 2 strikes. Gets that front foot down early and just puts that nice patented swing on it.
So here's Miguel Cabrera. That one's inside. This is the first time that Venezuela's got a man in scoring position.
Cabrera,
just the third hit, pardon me.
Well out in front the last time up. This is the second time through a big test.
And he pops him up. Looks like the ball hit the scaffolding. It is in play. Nice play by Punto for the out. There are some new catwalks that were installed here at Rogers Center that are now in play. If the ball hits it, if it falls, it's a hit. There's the catwalk. They were just installed this past offseason.
And that ball hitting in their territory, and Punto doing a great job staying with it. Aware of the new ground rules, and he made a great adjustment to reel this in. This is routine right here, and then here's where it stops being routine, deflecting off that catwalk. That is a real nice recovery.
Ordonez takes a strike. Maglio 0 for 1 with a pop-up. Swing and a miss. Good off speed. Get something off.
He just keeps pounding the strike zone.
And unlike Mike Johnson, who started for Team Canada in Game 1 today, who was an off-speed artist, he was living in the upper part of the strike zone. DeFelice thus far has kept the ball down. That one is left up a little bit. Inside out job for Ordonez. Chiarini is there. There's out number 2. Abreu will tag and move to third. Got away with one there. But he's got the second out. Pickoff at third base, and they got him.
How about that?
What is going on? The Italians. Bobby Abreu falls asleep at third base. An unconventional double play. And the Venezuelans, who just got their first man in scoring position, get put out. 4 in the books, and still no score. Top of the 5th, no score. There's a good look at Mark DeFelice. And how about the defense for Team Italy? These guys keep playing heads-up baseball.
Heads up, and DeFelice sneaking in behind not only the third base coach, but Bobby Abreu, who is way too casual getting back into third base. You know, and the presence of mind for the third baseman Costanzo to let that ball go through.
The unconventional double play.
That is stealing one right there.
Abreu is out in right field, and Felix Hernandez is the new man on the mound. Going back-to-back starters for Venezuela. Carlos Silva goes 4, strikes out 2, giving up 6 hits and walking a man, but allows no runs.
This is a bit of an unconventional move, going with really their number 1.
Punto lines one off the glove of Mora. This one will go to left. Mora having to play in to protect against the bunt. Almost gets decapitated on that line shot.
I'll tell you, the Italians look really crisp right now. Playing with a lot of energy. Great plays in the outfield. Picking runners off. Line drives.
Mora is still playing in at third. Davide De L'Ospedale, the second baseman, is 0 for 2. Having grounded out twice.
And Felix Hernandez, a top flight starter for the Mariners. Number 1 type stuff. Hard fastball, breaking ball, great awareness.
They wanted a peel, but it looked like he pulled the bat back. Masami Yoshikawa, the first base umpire, agrees. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Look at the numbers last year with Seattle, and going 9-11. Of course, that's a team that had all kinds of problems.
Hospitale, nice bunt up the first base side. Cabrera applies the tag. Just does so, actually. Sacrifice works. And that moves Punto to second base. Brings up Frank Catalanato.
The Italians playing old school, trying to get on the board first. And with the firepower the Venezuelans have in their lineup, I don't think at this early in the game that you can really necessarily play for one run, especially with them being thin in the pitching department. I think it's going to take more than one run tonight.
They've taken the hit away from Nick Punto. Charged Melvin Mora with an error. Punto at second. Catalanato takes his pitch down low. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Catalanato with plenty of experience against Felix Hernandez, playing for the Rangers in the American League West.
Well, they're hitters that have experience against this guy, but they know they have their hands full when they're facing.
Hernandez signed as a 16-year-old out of Venezuela by the Seattle Mariners. And his big league debut in 2005 at the age of 19. Breaking ball slapped foul.
Well, Team Italy hoping that number changes.
Catalanato's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Now Hernandez wants to talk to Hernandez.
As I mentioned earlier, this is where some of the confusion sets in with the extra sets of signs. And wanting to make sure that Punto is not relaying location to Catalanato, another experienced hitter. Sometimes just some very subtle indications from that runner on second base to the hitter at the plate where the catcher's setting up.
He's been fouled at the plate. The count evens to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Did you ever have any situations such as that when you were playing where you actually knew somebody was tipping?
Well, it happens all the time, and it usually goes into the line of veteran teams that guys have played with each other a lot. In fact, right here in the Rogers Center, which used to be the Sky Dome, the Blue Jays, through the nice run that they had, 92, 93, and beyond that, had a lot of experienced guys like Joe Carter, Paul Molitor, and hitters that were very adept and very subtle at relaying location from second base.
Catalanato goes down swinging, and there are 2 outs. Next game, China against Korea. That is Pool A. 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I think I'll be dialed in for that one.
We'll be up for it.
There's Carlos Silva, the Venezuelan starter, after 4 innings. Pescucci fouls off the first offering. Pescucci, a single in the first, a strikeout in the third. DH takes a fastball in.
Well, they're hoping to capitalize here with a runner in scoring position with Hernandez on the hill. They may not get many more opportunities like this, although there are 2 outs.
just missed inside. It's 2-1.
Not wanting to let Pascucci get those long arms extended. He is definitely looking for something out over the plate, middle and away.
That was one of those. He committed to swinging the breaking ball before Hernandez ever came set.
Yeah, he saw that they weren't crowding him and made that split-second decision to go fishing. And a helpless feeling.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs here in the fifth. No score. Fastball just missed inside. .96 miles an hour, according to the gun here at the Rogers Center.
Breaking ball away, trying to crowd him back in. Ramon Hernandez trying to frame it.
Breaking ball in the dirt. He walked it. So a couple of men on now for Chris DeNorfia, the center fielder.
Carlos Silva wasn't as consistent as he would have liked, but when he had to make his pitches, he was able to do it.
DeNorfia, fielder's choice and a walk. First ball swinging, little dribbler back to Hernandez. Good throw to Cabrera, and there's the third out. So again, Italy is able to get a man in scoring position, but can't do anything with it. We're in the middle of the fifth, and still no score in Toronto. Inside the Rogers Center. Welcome to the World Baseball Classic. Pool C, game 2 of Pool C. Team USA beat Canada earlier today, 6-5. And here in this one, as we head to the bottom of the fifth, there is absolutely no score. New pitcher on for Team Italy. In place of Mark DeFelice, it's the right-hander Jason Grilli. What'd you order?
DeFelice really doing a nice job pounding the strike zone, and coming into this game when you were thinking it was going to be all offense from Venezuela, that is.
Carlos Guillen, Jose Lopez, Ramon Hernandez to face Grilli. The numbers for him against the Colorado Rockies last year. That one's hit well to left center field. Catalanado is back, and that one is gone over the fence. Venezuela gets an opposite field home run from Carlos Guillen. They strike first. It is 1-0 Venezuela.
Team Venezuela not waiting for Guillen to get back to the dugout. Out to the dish to meet it.
Here's Jose Lopez, takes a breaking ball down and away.
Well, Guillen, a smart hitter, guessing location, guessing pitch. Guessed right on both accounts.
Good look right there on a guy that did not know that that ball had a chance to go out, hustling around first base. Ball just snuck out.
These guys are fired up.
Lopez takes outside. He's 1 for 1 with a single.
And I think that means let's go.
Indeed it does. Lopez fouling back. That's not to say that Italy hasn't had their chances today.
0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and I just wondered how long it would take Venezuela to start putting at bats together. I think a lot of the credit goes to the Italian starter, De Felice.
Lopez lining one to left. There's a base hit, going for extras. Lopez is not going to get gunned down at second base for a second consecutive plate appearance. He's in there with a double this time. After getting a terrific outing from Mark De Felice for 4 innings, scattering 3 hits, all of a sudden here in the 5th inning, back-to-back hits, hard hits too for Venezuela against Grilli.
And slider just catching too much of the plate, kind of rolling towards the middle. And you sense the confidence level of Venezuela on the rise.
Well, Hernandez takes a breaking ball low. Grilli was a first-round selection for the San Francisco Giants, the 4th pick in 1997 out of Seton Hall University.
A college that produced the likes of Mo Vaughn, Greg Biggio.
Yep. Pirates, right? Big leaguer Lenny DiNardo is up and loosening now for Italy. Little inside out job, just foul wide of the bag at first. It's not the 40,000 plus that they had here, actually 42,000 plus they had here for game 1, but certainly a very loud bunch at the Rogers Center. Hernandez takes upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Venezuela very well represented tonight with their fans.
Great look from the left field camera. Full count. We play double elimination baseball here in the World Baseball Classic. Two L's and you're done. Line to right. Here comes Chiarini. He makes a nice catch. There's the first down. Lopez stays at second base. Nice approach by Ramon Hernandez.
Not trying to do too much with 2 strikes and the count full. Kind of a strike-breaking ball. Solidly put into right field.
Brings up Cesar Asturias, the shortstop, who's 0 for 1. Just tuning in, we're at the Rogers Center in Toronto, Canada, home of the Toronto Blue Jays. Game number 2 of Pool C of the World Baseball Classic. I'm Victor Rojas with Joe McGray. It's been a very good game thus far. Venezuela finally striking here in the 5th inning. Opposite field home run by Carlos Guillen off Jason Grilli, the reliever. Rotino wants to go out and talk things over with Grilli.
The last couple pitches just kind of flew open with the front shoulder. Kind of yanked that last pitch. The fact that Punto is in there, I think he was checking to see if they were perhaps going to change the signs. With Lopez on second.
Two-0. 3 balls and no strikes. And now what manager Marco Mazzieri wanted coming into this inning, have Grilli, who's had some big league time, come in here and not be able to throw strikes. 9 balls, 7 strikes so far for Grilli here in the 5th.
Well, that really gets these Venezuelan hitters on the offensive, and something that DeFelice did such a good job of when he was in there, working ahead in the count.
And he walked him. First walk issued by the Italian pitchers, and here comes Mazzieri. DiNardo is up and loosening, the left-hander. And it looks like it is going to be DiNardo coming in. So Jason Grilli just not sharp. Faces 4 batters, gives up a home run, a double, and a walk. DiNardo's going to come on here. Disheartening. Is it disheartening for this ball club? For Italy? Disheartening?
I was going to say that Seri, their manager, knows that he doesn't have a lot of leeway with the offensive firepower, so it's time for him to really try to play matchup and get through this inning without any more offense.
Now you've got Andy Chavez, Melvin Mora. Well, obviously Jason Grilli, who's not happy right now in the dugout. There's a good look at the scoreboard around the World Baseball Classic. Netherlands beating Dominican Republic down in San Juan 3-2. Puerto Rico putting a hurting on Panama 7-0 there. In our first game earlier this afternoon here in Toronto, Team USA beating Canada by the final of 6-5.
Yeah, that was quite a game, and saw a lot of power from Team USA. Over 40,000 people here cheering their Team Canada on, and the game did not disappoint. Exciting all the way to the end.
It was. At last inning, the Canadians down by 2 runs. They were able to get one back. Had a man in scoring position when Jason Bay hit that fly ball out to end the ball game. the numbers for Lenny DiNardo. The Oakland Athletics last year. 1-2 and a 7.43 ERA. There have been times when DiNardo's had good numbers in the big leagues. Remember him with the Red Sox. We just pointed out the Oakland A's as well. Had some good stretches.
He's not going to vary his arm angle much. He's going to keep it sidearm to a little bit below that.
Here's Andy Chavez, the leadoff man and center fielder for Venezuela. 1 for 2 with a single. Wanted to peel, but nothing to do it. Jerry Meals makes the call behind the plate. It's 1 ball, no strikes. DiNardo drafted by the Mets in 01 and selected by the Red Sox in the Rule 5 as Chavez takes the strike. Got in 8 games with the Red Sox that year. 13 games with Boston in 06. And then pitched in 35 games, 20 starts for the Oakland Athletics in 07. Nice job by Rotino, the catcher there. 2 balls and a strike.
We've seen that a lot today. Breaking balls getting away from these pitchers. They still haven't really locked down on their release point. That and a little more arm strength, one of the last things to develop on the back end of spring training, not the front end.
Sweeping breaking ball. It gets called a strike. Chavez didn't like it. Chavez just protecting there. It's going to be a tough play at first. And safe at first. Wow. Looked like he had him. But Chavez with that speed. Tough play for a left-handed pitcher to field and wheel around. And DiNardo did, I think, everything he could.
Well, the degree of difficulty was heightened with that bat boomeranging in DiNardo's direction, showing you the speed of Chavez. Running on the inside part of the line, well inside the line.
So Venezuela has him loaded up now. And here's Melvin Mora. Melvin Moore in his career 4 for 9 against Lenny DiNardo with a home run, a couple of runs batted in. That one down and in. They wanted to appeal, he did not go, and it's 2-0.
You see right-handers with those good numbers against left-handed pitching, and they like that breaking ball coming into them. They feel like they just see it that much longer. You already mentioned those good numbers Mora has against DiNardo.
And DiNardo must know it because he's fallen behind the 3 balls and no strikes. It doesn't get any easier. At least you've got a left-handed batter in Bobby Abreu, but don't believe you're going to give up the run just to face the lefty. At some point, you're going to have to come in and go after the guy at the plate.
Well, it doesn't get any easier with that guy in the on-deck circle. He really makes you work.
Outside, a 4-pitch walk, 2-0 Venezuela. Lenny DiNardo getting a pep talk.
I think that's that old pitching coach adage of throw strikes.
That's it. Why are you going to mess around? Why really try to paint the corners against Melvin Mora?
Bobby Abreu will make you throw strikes. Very selective.
First pitch outside. DiNardo's thrown 10 pitches, 7 balls, 3 strikes. Abreu has hit a fly ball to right that came in the first, doubled, and was stranded as the leadoff man in the fourth.
We've seen a radical departure from the first 4 innings when DeFelice was throwing strike after strike.
And that was my point about using the term disheartening. If you're the Italians out on defense, sitting there going, wait a second, we got a chance here, and all of a sudden, it's not like Venezuela's pounding the baseball other than Guillen's home run the opposite way. We're just giving them base runners and giving them runs right now. There's a strike, and it's 2-1.
You're right, it's a disheartening situation.
Three balls and a strike. We've got Sturridge at third, Chavez at second, Mora at first.
Bobby Abreu was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays in 1997 in the expansion draft and immediately traded to Philadelphia for Kevin Stocker.
Kevin Stocker, the shortstop. Abreu lines on the right. There's a base hit. Chavez, terrific speed, is coming around. He'll score easily. A 2-run single. 4-0 Venezuela.
Bobby Abreu so adept in those situations. Looking at that sequence where DiNardo really was nibbling until he fell behind and had to come in there. And there's the action pitch.
Second hit of the game for Abreu. Marco Mazzieri, the manager's out. He's going to take DiNardo out. Jason Grilli and Lenny DiNardo, two big leaguers, have not been able to be consistent, have not been able to throw strikes on a regular basis. And because of that, 4 runs have scored and still only 1 out recorded. Not only that, now you've got to deal with Miguel Cabrera and Maglio Ordonez. You got a right-hander coming in by the name of Maestri Alessandro.
And Bobby Abreu feeling a lot better now than he was earlier when he was picked off third base.
I would imagine he would. DiNardo does not retire a soul. 2 hits, a walk, 3 batters faced. And Alessandro will get an opportunity here to show what he's capable of doing.
Well, right after taking Grilli out, things went south in a hurry for Italia.
You wonder now if you're Luis Sojo, you're sitting there, you've got Felix Hernandez in the game. Is there, I mean, assuming this breaks open, or even as it is 4-0 right now, what's the point of keeping Felix Hernandez in the game?
Well, he still must feel that he has plenty up his sleeve for Team USA tomorrow.
actually Alessandro Maestri. Chicago Cubs organization, first Italian-born pitcher. He signed by a major league team. He was 5-3 last year with a 3.69 ERA in 15 games. That included 14 starts. 66 punch-outs in 78 innings, 27 walks. Born in Viterbo, Italy. Cabrera in this one has popped out twice. Once to third, once to short. He's got Moore at second, Bobby Abreu over at first. Off-speed pitch low.
Looks like he likes to talk to himself. Trying to fire himself up in between pitches.
Cabrera lines one over to third. Costanzo's got it, takes it himself at third base, across the diamond, throw. Pulls the first baseman Mazzanti off the bag, and Cabrera's safe. If the throw's on the bag, it's an inning-ending double play, but as it goes, the force out of Moore is the second out. Venezuela runners at first and second for Ordonez.
Well, Costanzo has shown a strong arm in this game, but what that throw does going up the line is allow Maglio Ordonez to come to the plate.
Maglio now 0 for 2 with a pop up and a fly ball to right. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Down and in.
Where Ordonez can really drive the ball the other way. Great power into the right center field gap.
Foul tipped into the mid of Rotino.
I think the guys you think of in the American League with outstanding power to the opposite field. Maglio Ordonez, Alex Rodriguez, Ryan Howard in the National League.
One-two. Fastball got him looking on the outside corner. Alessandro Maestri comes on in and shuts the door. But Venezuela ends up scoring 4 runs in this one on a couple of hits, including the leadoff home run by Carlos Guillen the opposite way. 5 in the books. Venezuela leads at 4-0. here at the Rogers Center in Toronto, Canada. It is 4-0 Venezuela. Felix Hernandez is back out on the mound. Costanzo, Mazzanti, and Rotino. Now Hernandez throws a breaking ball for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2.
Looks like he's ready to settle in to a nice groove with a 4-0 lead. Very free and easy with these first two deliveries.
And there's a called strike 3. I believe the air has been let out of the bubble.
Good 2-strike breaking ball with a lot of finish. And Hernandez, knowing is a very talented pitcher, after Venezuela was hitting for quite some time, he wants to get his team off the field quickly and keep the pressure on.
This is Giuseppe Mazzanti. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a pop-up. First baseman. Felix not messing around, just coming right after guys. Something that Alessandro Maestri did for Italy, where Jason Grilli and Lenny Donato did not.
And those two pitchers you mentioned, Victor, were reluctant to throw the ball over the plate, got themselves into deep counts, and had to wade through a lot of base runners.
Venezuela sending 9 men to the plate in the 5th. And there is a run rule, mercy rule, instituted in the World Baseball Classic as Mazzanti goes down swinging. So back-to-back punch-outs for Felix Hernandez.
Let's replace the steps in this at-bat and show you some of the dominance of Felix Hernandez's stuff. See, that fastball has good late movement, catching the outside corner with good tailing action, and then a breaking ball to the outer half. Drops down, side saddle a bit to come right back with a heater with good late action. Pretty good job of dissecting the hitter.
Martino takes outside for ball 1. But just to finish on that point on the mercy rule, 15 runs after 5 innings, 10 runs after 7. Vincent Rotino, the catcher, 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the 4th. Italy, no runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Venezuela, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Italy has stranded 8 men in this one. That one's up high, and it's 3-1.
Hey, Victor, it looks like Felix Hernandez has that left-handed issue where left-handed pitchers have a hard time getting that hat cocked on straight.
He's a big fan of wearing that hat like that. Why is that? You're left-handed. You wear your hat like that?
I thought it was straight, but it still looked like it was a bit off kilter. Not quite as prominent as CC Sabathia's is, where this is well cocked to the side.
Chopper to second. Should be a 1-2-3 inning. Lopez to Cabrera, and it is. Felix Hernandez comes in, settles things down. A 1-2-3 frame. Middle of the 6th inning. It is 4-0 Venezuela. Bottom of the 6th inning, 4-0 Venezuela. Great defense early on by the Italians. Serafini in right field. Here's the replay. Jose Lopez trying to stretch a single into a double. Costanzo going to his left. And how about this little inning-ending double play to get Bobby Abreu napping at third base. And that was the last time that Mark DeFelice was in a ball game. He gave way to Jason Grilli in the 5th. He gave up a couple of runs, as did Lenny DiNardo, before this man, Alex Maestri, was able to settle things down.
Well, you mentioned with DeFelice in there, Italy was playing a very crisp game. He was getting it and throwing it. They were sharp on defense. He was staying out of deep counts. And for everything that DeFelice was doing, the pitchers that followed him were not doing.
This is the man who started things off in that 5th inning with a opposite field home run off Jason Grilli. Carlos Guillen, the DH. Here at the Rogers Center between innings, they had a nice video replaying some of the greats, Venezuelan greats of all time, and you forget some of the names and how much talent really has come from Venezuela. From Tony Armas, who's the senior, of course, the outfielder who's on the coaching staff for Luis Sojo, Andres Galarraga, Rich Garces, your guy.
I'll change the direction a little bit. Go Louis Aparicio.
Yep.
Omar Vizquel, Ozzie Guillen,
David Concepcion.
But of course, it would not be complete without mentioning Rich Garces.
I figured he'd be at the top of your list.
And these guys were completely locked in watching that whole presentation, and on the video board in center field going, yeah, we know those guys.
Big Cat, when he saw himself on that video board, figured he better start hitting a slim fast. Chopper towards short. Punto around it. He has a tie at count number 1. Here at the Rogers Center, Toronto. This is game number 2 of Pool C, the World Baseball Classic, game number 2. I'm Victor Rojas with Joe McGrain. Glad you could join us here on MLB Network's coverage of the World Baseball Classic. Joe and I will be with you throughout the week here in Toronto. Game 2 tomorrow. Team USA will take on the winner of this game. Jose Lopez, the second baseman, who's 2 for 2, a single and a double. I don't know, you just see the guys from Italy out there on the field, and that pep in their step that they had the first 4 innings, certainly not there as of right now.
Well, those deep count walks will take a lot of wind out of their sails.
That, and knowing that Felix Hernandez is still in the game offensively, makes it a little bit more challenging for you. And there's a walk. First batter to earn his way on for, or against Maestri, I should say. Walk to go with a strikeout. This young man looks like he's got a nice arm, pitching into the Cubs system. Here's Ramon Hernandez, the catcher. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly to right.
You know, Victor, that's something that you really like to see as this World Baseball Classic, so much about growing the game globally. Mike Piazza, soon to be Hall of Famer, knows all about that. Just seeing players born in other countries pitching in the major leagues, showing you how this game continues to grow.
That's a good way for former players, especially with the stature of Mike Piazza, to go out there and put forth the time and the effort to try to grow the sport on an international level. Obviously near and dear to his heart. Played for Italy in the '06 Classic.
And probably in his heart of hearts, maybe had some designs about activating himself. The pitching coach, William Holmberg, working with this staff.
Hey folks, this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of World Baseball Classic Inc. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. So Maestri, who's at 19 pitches so far, gets a little pep talk, falling behind at 2 balls and no strikes. There's a strike, 3-1. I think the change of scenery will help Ramon Hernandez go into the National League.
Well, having to get acclimated to a new league. He was really struggling, and I thought defensively in an Oriole uniform.
Outside, now he gets past Rotino. Lopez will stop at second. Well, you guys had a chance to see him a lot,
right,
with the Del Rey.
He was working with a very young staff, and he wasn't particularly mobile behind the plate. Had a hard time blocking pitches, and I think that's a part of his game that he needs to refocus on, and definitely something with improvements will keep him in this league a lot longer.
Double barrel action. Way upstairs to Cesar Astures.
Seems to have really lost his release point here.
Chris Cooper is the guy on the left. He's the left-hander that was up in the bullpen. And Cody Sillo, the right-hander. Seems to just be pulling off the ball a little bit. Mechanics a little out of whack.
The ball's going everywhere here.
Astures on the ground over to first base. Nice pick over there by Mazzanti. Get the lead runner at second base. There's out number 2. Lopez moves to third. A smooth play by the big first baseman.
And this tough play for the right-hander with the throwing lanes, not wanting to hit Hernandez in the back. Right-handed throwing first baseman, rather. Looking pretty mobile there.
Top of the order, Endy Chavez now. Endy's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a run scored. 4 runs for Venezuela in the 5th. That's where we stand right now, 4-0. There's a strike. Endy from Valencia, Venezuela. Chopper towards short. Punto's got it. Going to go first. There's the third out. A couple of walks in the inning by Italy, but Venezuela cannot capitalize. They'll leave a couple of men on. 6 in the books. Still Venezuela 4, Italy nothing. Nothing Venezuela as we start the top of the 7th here at the Rogers Center in Toronto. 9-1-2 due up for Italy. Serafini, Punto, and De Las Padeli. Felix Hernandez in his 3rd inning of action. Felix has thrown 33 pitches, 20 strikes.
And he looked to really hit his stride in the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 2 strikeouts. Just tell when a pitcher finds that rhythm. It's very decisive, working quickly. Doesn't seem to be feeling his way through his delivery, just pitching more on instinct.
The pop foul. Cabrera will get chased over on the rim.
Like when those talented pitchers get that lead, not wanting to relinquish it, just on the attack.
Serafini is 1 for 2. Felix Hernandez with 3 strikeouts and a walk. A little bit of a defensive swing there. Hernandez is there, and there's the first out. Carlos Silva got the start for Luis Sojo in Venezuela with 4 innings. Allowed 6 hits, but struck out 2, walked 1. Assuming the score holds up, this should be an interesting matchup tomorrow night here in Toronto. Team USA would take on Venezuela, assuming the score holds. Roy Oswalt would get the nod for Davy Johnson. Takes a strike. 0 for 3. This ball game is a leadoff man and shortstop.
Now, I mentioned earlier that Hernandez with the Mariners last year, 9-11, and we talked about the great defense he has, especially on the infield with Beltre, Betancourt, and Lopez. And he'll be looking to utilize that a little bit more, not trying to do it all himself in an effort to get that Mariner organization going in the right direction.
New manager, new general manager. Carlos Ray, the third base umpire, says he did not go. Jack Sarincic, the new GM there, coming over from Milwaukee. Don Wakamatsu, the new manager.
Wakamatsu has talked about wanting to change the culture.
Had some issues in that clubhouse last year. And foul back. The count remains full at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, something we've seen here in these 2 games, that the umpiring has been very good. It's been very consistent. It's been a mix of major league umpires and international arbiters, and they've done a nice job to this point.
That's what you call them in Spanish. Arbiters.
Okay.
Arbiters. Line into center field. There's a base hit. The 1-out knock for Punto brings up De Los Padales. Did you play much as far as winter ball?
I was going to go down there very early in my career, but had a lot of innings built up from college instructional ball and the minor leagues, and thought against it.
Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter here for De Los Padales. Jack Santora has come out to the on-deck circle. De Los Padales ends up going 0 for 2, but he did have a sac bunt in the 5th. Santora out of the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA. This one's the first pitch. A little bounce to the second. Lopez retires him. It's a tough feeling right there, huh? Sitting around, down 4-0, getting the game. I'm hacking first ball.
Break your gamer in the process.
Right.
And all that weight ahead of you, but wondering when that next AB is going to come. And when you have one of those at-bats, it cannot come around fast enough.
Here's Frank Catalanato, the left fielder. Fouls one back.
You know this guy all too well with your days with the Rangers.
Good guy. Early on in his career, played some second base, but he's been out in the outfield for the most part, out of left. Bounces it off the plate toward Lopez. There's the 3rd out. Nothing doing for Italy here in the 7th. No runs a hit, and they leave a man on. 7th inning stretch time in Toronto. Venezuela's up 4-0. Some good hairdos there for some Venezuelan fans back here at the Rogers Center. Bottom of the 7th inning, 4-0 Venezuela. Luis Sojo will send up 2, 3, and 4. Mora, Abreu, and Cabrera gets a new pitcher from Italy. Name is Cody Sillo, the right-hander. takes over for Alessandro Maestri, who went an inning and 2/3, no runs, 2 walks and a strikeout.
Silo playing on a team out of Bologna.
Spent some time here in the States at the college of Edmonds Community College, the University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Kind of looks like the right-handed version of Lenny DiNardo.
From the full windup, however.
Right.
Or takes a strike. Melvin 0 for 2, but he picked up an RBI with the bases loaded walk in the 5th. Moore lining one into the left field corner. This one's got home run distance and gone. Solo shot, second home run hit by Venezuela. It's 5-0.
I mentioned last time up that he's very strong on the inner third of the plate. A pretty good look at it there. Took this lineup a while to start rolling.
Here's Abreu. Takes a fastball for a strike. Down and in, I do believe would be his wheelhouse.
Right into his normal swing.
Abreu 2 for 3. Double, 2 RBI single, and a fly ball to right. There's an off-speed pitch for a strike. Abreu doesn't like the call. Foul. A 67-mile-an-hour breaking pitch, trying to get Abreu off his stride.
It's really doing some subtraction.
You ever bust out any one of those pitches? Little stutter step, a little blooper pitch.
No, you know, tried to keep it as simple as possible. And when I would try something like that, that would usually be the result. And get away from it.
Well, that one got him. It looked like it got him in the thigh. It may have got him right in the knee. That's a Charlie horse.
Yeah, that is going to leave a mark.
Those are not fun.
Now he has the World Baseball Classic logo on the back of his helmet, and now he has it on his thigh.
Exactly. He takes his place over at first base. Brings up Miguel Cabrera. There's nothing you can do on those pitches either.
You just got to wear it.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Cabrera 0 for 3 today. reached his last time on a fielder's choice.
And Miguel has been on his front foot all night, trying to stay back.
Foul tipped right into the glove of Rotino.
And Sillo throwing some frisbees up there in the low 80s.
To the man who led the American League in home runs, a career high 37 last year for the Tigers.
A lot of talk this offseason about Manny Ramirez, and of course, I think he's going to, when he leaves the game, pass the torch into the very capable hands of Miguel Cabrera. Dangerous right-handed hitter.
And has been for some time. The minute he landed on the shores of South Florida playing for the Florida Marlins.
Just realized he needed to push himself away from the table every now and again.
Yeah. Nice play over at first again by Mazzante. Get the lead runner back to first, double play. Niff turn right there, 3-6-1. Base is clear, 5-0 Venezuela, and that brings up Maglio.
Pretty good job of Team Italy playing catch. Toughest double play to turn, the 3-6-1. The pitcher has to get over there and on the run, find the base. Get those shoulders turned around to where he can catch it at the same time. Good execution.
Maglio's popped up, flied out, struck out looking his last time up. This is something we kind of expected from Italy as far as their bullpen was concerned. Guys with very little experience. Doesn't get any easier, I should say. You have to face a lineup such as this. Now we're coming in at 65.
Well, you're right, Victor. You also have to give Mark DeFelice, their starter, a lot of credit. He was not intimidated by this very formidable lineup and really did a nice job of attacking the strike zone. And it's a chatty bunch there, Team Venezuela. They are really relaxed.
Outside, ball 4. Just over the last couple of innings, 5 walks issued by the Italians. Here comes Marco Mazzieri. And he's going to go to the bullpen. 21 pitches thrown by Sillo. And that's enough for him. So Maglio Ordonez comes out of the game as well for a pinch runner. It's Gregor Blanco taking over at first base for Maglio. There's a good look at Blanco. Left-hander Chris Cooper is the man that is on in relief. Two outs here in the 7th. Sillo ends up going 2/3 of an inning. Gives up the the run, although he's responsible for the man at first. The run coming off Melvin Morris, solo shot to lead off the 7th. This is how the 5th inning unfolded for Venezuela. Leadoff home run by Carlos Guillen. That one off of Jason Grilli, made it 1-0. And then the walks. There's a bases-loaded walk to Melvin Mora. And then Bobby Abreu getting the single to right field. That scored 2 runs. Venezuela opened it up, 4-0 lead, and tacked on now with the home run to Mora. Marco Scudero.
Luis Sojo has to feel pretty confident now. He had 2 of his best starters on the hill, Carlos Silva and Felix Hernandez.
Well, with a big lead such as this, and with Felix Hernandez coming on in relief, might as well bring in K-Rod now, right?
Just to finish it off in style.
As well. So Chris Cooper's ready to go. Cooper last year with Montepachi, Grosseto. He's 6-2 with a 1.57 ERA. Pitching the Cleveland Indians organization from 2001 to 06. Won a combined 17-21 with a 294 earned run average. University of New Mexico. First pitch, changeup is a strike. Break. Off-speed pitch. Costanzo's got it. There's the 3rd out. Cooper comes in. Gets the job done. But Venezuela tacks on another one. A leadoff home run. This one off the bat of Melvin Moore. And that was off of Sillo. 7 in the books. Venezuela's on top, 5-0.
That are available, trades that might be made, free agent signings.
We are about baseball, no other sport.
It's about selling the hope for the fans and their team as we always look forward to the start of that first game.
I think our resources are amazing. The talent we have here are unparalleled to any other network.
It's something that I think every fan is going to love in very short order.
You're watching MLB Network, our national pastime, all the time.
Play ball.
Top of the 8th inning here in Toronto, 5-0 Venezuela. Felix Hernandez back out. This would be his 4th inning of action. He's been solid thus far. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit allowed. Facing 4, 5, and 6 for Italy. Valentino Pascucci takes strike 1. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Gregor Blanco came on as a pinch runner for Magli Ordonez. Stays in the game, takes over in center field with Andy Chavez moving out to left. And Gerardo Parra is the new right fielder.
Tall task for the Italians, having to face Carlos Silva and Felix Hernandez. 2 teammates during the regular Major League season with the Seattle Mariners.
Pushed outside, full count. Orber Moreno is the right-hander that's loosening for Venezuela.
So it's looking like no K-Rod tonight.
I thought they wanted to win this game. 3-2. Outside, he walked it. Second walk picked up by Pascucci. Picked up the other one off of Hernandez as well back in the fifth. Chris DeNorfia steps in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk.
At this point of the season, these pitchers not at the top of their games and not completely stretched out. And Hernandez's delivery has kind of come apart a little bit here.
.55 pitches for Felix Hernandez, 33 strikes. Just missed. Strike. DeNorfia thinking that ball was a little bit low.
We're getting to the point where they're running out of outs.
Two and two now. And he got him looking. Breaking ball got him. Fourth punch out for Hernandez. First shot here in the eighth inning.
Well, you're looking for the express and you get the hook. Or as Felix Hernandez would call it, the Cuba.
The curve. Oh, I thought you were talking about Cuba because you saw that billboard out in right center field. Curva.
Right. That well.
Costanzo over to second. 4-6-3. Inning-ending double play off the bat of Costanzo. Italy now down to their last 3 outs. Very easy inning for Felix Hernandez. A very strong 4 in his performance here in the World Baseball Classic. Middle of the 8th. 5-0 Venezuela.
Tired of your car taking a beating? It gets dinged, scratched and nicked, and you pay the price. Hi, Billy Mays here for Fix-It, the instant scratch remover from Simonize that repairs dings, scratches, and nicks on contact. Fix-It has a professional, fast-action formula that repairs, fills and seals the scratch, blending with any color for a perfect match. Like magic, the scratch disappears right before your eyes. Using Fix-It is so easy. Just press the Easy On applicator, apply, and let dry. That's it. The resins fill the scratch while UV hardeners cure in natural sunlight. Fix-It goes on clear, dries clear, so it's virtually invisible. No sanding, tools, or hard labor. You just fix it fast. Got a scratch? Fix it. Got a door ding? Fix it. Got a nick? Fix it and forget it. If seeing is believing, watch this. Can you imagine having a scratch like this? Now watch Fix-It go to work. It feels it, it seals it, it disappears like magic. Now the scratch has met its match. You'd pay a professional over $100 just to repair one scratch, but now you can get Fix-It for only $19.95. Call now and we'll double the offer. That's 2 for the price of 1. Enough Fix-It to repair the scratches on all your cars. You'll also get Fix-It for the home. Scratch stovetop? Fix-It. Scratch refrigerator? Fix it. It's the scratch removing superstar, and it's yours free. But call right now, and we'll send you the Simonized Turbo Vac. The car vac with the muscle to pick up any mess. A $30 value, yours free. We'll also include the microfiber polishing cloth, yours free. You get it all. 2 fix-it applicators. Fix it for the home, the Turbo Vac, and the microfiber polishing cloth. A whopping $70 value, all for only $19.95. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-868-1620. That's 1-800-868-1620. Call now.
True or false? Your pet is safe from fleas, ticks, and heartworms in winter. Sorry, it's false. And these guys can mean big trouble. Your pets need year-round protection, plus medications for cold weather joint pain. Fortunately, they cost a lot less at 1-800-PET-MEDS, and they're delivered free, right to your door with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. For fast service, free shipping, and big savings, call now or order online from 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy.
World Baseball Classic games on MLB Network are presented by IBM. Let's build a smarter planet. Visit IBM.com.
Back here at the Rogers Center, it is 5-0 Venezuela. We start the bottom of the 8th inning. It's been all Venezuela since the 5th inning. Offense has come to life. Pitching has been very good throughout. Carlos Silva, strong 4. He's the man on the right. Felix Hernandez on the left. A very strong 4, considering he allowed just 1 hit.
Yeah, that's the look of 2 hurlers whose work is done tonight. And speaking of done, it's the middle relief of Team Italy that has done them in to this point.
Yet another reliever, William Lamora.
Talking about the middle relief, 2 2/3 innings with 5 earned runs and 4 walks and a lot of deep counts.
Lopez into the left field corner. He has just crushed that left field corner today. 3rd hit of the night. 2nd double. Brings up Ramon Hernandez.
His timing's been spot on tonight, as you mentioned, into the pole field, another hit. And El Gato Andres Galarraga had plenty of those in his career.
What do you think of the matchup tomorrow night? Team USA against Venezuela.
Well, it'll be interesting to see who starts for Venezuela. You know, Roy Oswalt more than likely on the hill for Team USA.
Opposite way toward the corner, slicing away. This one off the base of the fence. Lopez will score. Hernandez in its second, 6-0 Venezuela. Back-to-back doubles to strike the 8th. First hit of the night for Hernandez.
Yeah, starting to get infectious. These at-bats coming together from top to bottom.
Ninth place hitter, Cesar Sturris. He's popped out, walked, and reached on a fielder's choice.
Well, that's looking like a much anticipated game tomorrow night. It's a talented team from Venezuela against, of course, a loaded team, U.S.
Sturris fouling one back. I would imagine they could go with Armando Galarraga, couldn't they?
They could. They could go with Victor Zambrano.
All depends on the strategy, I guess, depending on how you look at it. And they could say, all right, tomorrow might just be a throwaway game. We're just looking to get to the second round.
Well, yesterday with the workout, Wilson Alvarez, a former teammate of mine with the White Sox, I asked him who Luis Sojo was going to pick tonight, and he said it is a secret until tomorrow. And of course, he started with Carlos Silva.
Which was a little surprising, but even more surprising was following it up with King Felix.
Yeah, the game was kind of still in the balance when Felix came in, and I thought for sure that he'd be thinking about using him tomorrow.
The Stewart's right over to first. Mazzanti is there, and there's the first down.
One of the pitches thrown by Hernandez. He'll be down in this tournament for 4 days before he can toe the slab again for his countrymen.
Chavez steps up. Chavez, a couple of singles and a run scored.
But the one thing you're a little worrisome about if you're Team USA, the Venezuelan lineup, their bats are starting to get hot. And that really is, we could call this a short series, a short tournament. You have talented bats like that and they get hot, they're tough to stop.
Lamore at least running it up there a little bit more, low 90s. And what do you know? K-Rod is up and loosening.
Yeah, Luis Sojo is really going for it.
Rotino will need a back adjustment tomorrow after snagging that one. 2-1 now.
Maybe telling you somewhat about the philosophy of Luis Sojo about not really thinking that tomorrow night would be a must-win game. Of course, it wouldn't be. Winging it like he's getting ready.
Unless it's just a matter of guys, and it's their day to get some work in, you know. It is definitely an interesting strategy, to say the least. Chavez fouls one off the left. That one's sky to left field, chasing Catalanato back. He's got a beat on it. 2 outs. Hernandez stays at second base, and here comes Melvin Mora. Kid Lamora, a 5th-round pick by the White Sox in '02 out of Clemson. Got traded to the Dodgers in July of 2006 for veteran catcher Sandy Alomar. now Francisco Rodriguez is no longer loose. That was Yoel Hernandez.
K-Rod just a quick little touch in the bullpen, but you know, he was getting it and throwing it like he was trying to get ready in a hurry.
Well, Luis Sojo at least managing true to form, because if you've watched any Caribbean baseball or been down to the winter leagues, it's unbelievable. Every game is do or die.
A lot of action down there.
Line to right field. Base hit. Chiarino played on a hop. Hernandez being waved around. They'll score easily. Melvin Mora with an RBI single to right. 7-0 Venezuela. Pretty easy stroke. Punching it to right field.
Now, this type of offensive momentum that they have garnered will flow right into tomorrow.
Here's Gerardo Parra. He takes a strike. Parra batting in Abreu's spot in the lineup. Defensive replacement in the 7th. Quickly in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Got him looking. 3-pitch at bat. Down goes Parra. But Venezuela scores 2 runs. They do it on 3 hits. Leave a man on. We head to the 9th. Venezuela's on top, 7-0.
TD Ameritrade makes it easy for you to open an IRA, roll over an old 401k, transfer funds from another account, or just set up a simple plan to help you stay diversified until retirement. No hidden costs, no IRA fees, just people who can help you with the investment products you need. Simple as that. The TD Ameritrade Easy IRA.
Call 1-877-TD-Ameritrade or go to tdameritrade.com/IRA to open an easy IRA today.
Lesson 1, we're never late. Make sure you're getting up over your front leg.
We like to establish our dominance with a fastball.
We throw inside when we have to. And we don't listen to that.
Our favorite color is green.
And bunt.
He should put a towel on.
The major leagues down to the minor details. Major League Baseball 2K9. Play ball! Rated E for everyone.
It's Greg Amsinger in Studio 3 getting set for the next edition of 30 Clubs in 30 Days on MLB Network. This time we turn our preseason focus to the Arizona Diamondbacks, a club that finished 82-80 in 2008. For a preview of what's in store in the program, let's check in with Hazel May. Hazel.
Hey, Greg, that's right. The D-backs are hoping to forget how 2008 ended as they rebuild for the future. This is a young ball team hoping to make a run again at the NL West, led by Justin Upton, Stephen Drew, and, of course, anchored by 22-game winner Brandon Webb. We're off to the desert on 30 and 30. Diamondbacks coming your way. Don't you dare miss it.
All right, Hazel, thank you so much. Felipe Lopez, a new second baseman. Will Chad Tracy finally be healthy at first base? It's the D-backs edition of 30 and 30 on MLB Network.
30 clubs in 30 days with the Diamondbacks tonight at 8 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
To the ninth we go. It is 7-0 Venezuela. Orber Moreno is on in relief for Luis Sojo, trying to wrap this one up. Felix Hernandez stands to pick up the victory at 4 solid innings, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts.
How about that, Victor? The last half inning, we saw 3 or 4 guys throwing down in the Venezuelan bullpen, and Moreno emerges out of the crowd to try to get 3 outs.
How about a game of gamesmanship by Luis Sojo, trying to keep Marco Mazzieri guessing at the Italian dugout.
And there's still activity in the Venezuelan bullpen.
They're dying to get into this game. Giuseppe Mazzanti takes a strike. First baseman 1 for 3 with a single. There's strike 2.
No need to fiddle around. Just come right after these hitters.
An 0-2 breaking ball that stays just a little bit high. Jammed and fought foul. Mazzanti, Rotino, and Chiarini, the scheduled 3. 7, 8, 9 for the Italians. Fall to 0-1. They'll have the day off tomorrow, as will Team Canada. And they will take on Venezuela. Into right center field. This one is splitting the outfield. There's Blanco in center, Parra in right. And Mazzanti is on board with a leadoff double.
Talked about the on-base abilities of Giuseppe earlier in the game. He's at it again.
Giuseppe will give way to Leonardo Zelleri. That's right. We've got a pinch hitter now for Vincent Rotino. It's Peter Serafini. Marco just emptying the bench. Moreno's got him some Maglio hair, doesn't he?
It's definitely in the mullet category.
I think that just might be a category unto itself.
Right. And maybe the hair comes off with the hat. It could be one of those gag hats. Yeah, one of those.
It's like that new show on HBO, that guy. Baseball show. There's a strike. Venezuelan fans getting ready to party after this one.
Of course, already looking forward to that Big matchup. Two most talented teams in this pool. Team USA, Team Venezuela.
Breaking ball got him. There's the first out. That'll bring up a pinch hitter, Francisco Cervelli. He'll step to the plate. Batting for Mario Chiarini, made a fantastic diving catch in right center field early on in this ball game. Cervelli of the Yankees organization takes a breaking ball in for a strike.
Made his debut on the 18th of September.
I just think he could be in Yankee camp right now. Instead, he's here representing his country. That's what the World Baseball Classic is all about.
And of course, Francisco, I don't think he's agreeing with you, Victor. Well, head over heels there.
Ramon Hernandez, with a 7-0 lead in the 9th inning, would like to speak to his pitcher.
And I think this is more about the post-game celebration plans. More about that than it is about changing the signs with a runner on second base.
So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Francisco Cervelli. Breaking ball down and away. And he's 1-2. Couple of solid games coming up. China against Korea, South Africa against Cuba, Panama against the Dominican Republic. As we pointed out, USA against Venezuela tomorrow, and Australia against Mexico. One-two. Looped to shallow right. Playable for Parra. 2 outs. So to bring up Nick Punto. Punto takes shy for ball 1. Punto is 1 for 4. This one had a single in the 7th. There's a breaking pitch for a strike. 1-1. Center field, playable for Blanco, and a shoestring catch. 3rd out of the game. Venezuela picks up the victory by the final of 7-0. Gregor Blanco making it nice and interesting out of center field, isn't he?
Right. right off the shoe tops, but I tell you, Team Venezuela really started to string those at-bats together, and they cap off this game with the last out in style.
Nice way to finish it off. No runs, 8 hits, an error for Italy. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Venezuela. Andres Galarraga and Luis Sojo. Tony Armas very happy as Venezuela goes 1-0 here in round 1 of Pool C. Game summary, Felix Hernandez picking up the victory. 4 solid innings for him. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, allowed just 1 hit. Carlos Silva, the starter, was fantastic. Tomorrow you got China against Korea on ESPN2, South Africa against Cuba here on MLB Network, Panama, the Dominican Republic on ESPN, Team USA against Venezuela on ESPN, and then Australia will take on Mexico on Major League Baseball Network. A lot of action coming up. Earlier today, Team USA defeated Canada 6-5, and here in the nightcap, Venezuela picks up the shutout victory by the final of 7-0. It took a little while for Venezuela to get the bats going, but they finally did, and when they did it, they did it in grand style. 4 runs in that 5th inning, a solo run in the 7th, and 2 in the 8th inning. Our final score once again, 7-0 Venezuela. Please join us for our continued coverage of the World Baseball Classic throughout the tournament on MLB Network. We've mentioned the games: China, Korea, South Africa, Cuba, Panama, Dominican Republic, U.S. against Venezuela, and Australia against Mexico. For Joe McGrain, I'm Victor Rojas. Thanks for joining us for tonight's game.